Attention! Liverpool ready for another transfer battle with Newcastle. With negotiations advancing, journalist shares the latest Dream Liverpool update on Alexander Isak's transfer. Hello, Liverpool fans. Let's check out the latest news from the greatest club in the world. Liverpool's main target to replace Jarell Konsa is Crystal Palace captain Marc Guéhi, who has been attracting significant attention in recent years. He is a talented defender, recognized not only for his defensive skills, but also for his leadership qualities, serving as the talisman of the Eagles. At 25 years old, Guéhi was called up to the England national team last season, proving his worth in the Premier League. This summer, Newcastle stands as the main obstacle for the Reds. Both clubs showed interest in Hugo Ekitike, who chose Liverpool, and now, with Alexander Isak's possible departure, Liverpool and Newcastle are engaged in intense negotiations. However, the saga is still ongoing. Additionally, both teams seem to share the same target in defense, promising a tough confrontation. Previously, Crystal Palace's asking price hovered around £70 million, but has dropped considerably since Guéhi's contract expires next year. Now, the speculated fee is near £40 million, a more reasonable amount, although the Reds remain cautious about spending that sum, knowing the player could leave for free in 12 months. The delay in defining Guéhi's future has opened space for other clubs to enter the race. Newcastle is now considering a new approach to sign him after 3 failed attempts last summer, according to The Times. Paul Joyce and Martin Hardy noted that manager Eddie Howe is seeking a right-footed central defender before the transfer window closes. Newcastle is also eyeing Atalanta's Giorgio Scalvini, with negotiations starting in June, but Atalanta strongly rejected any offer for the 21-year-old Italian. Given this, Newcastle will try to renew with Guéhi, who now has the added appeal of competing in the Champions League, something he has yet to experience. Although Crystal Palace is asking around £50 million, the £40 million figure is still seen as optimistic. It is unclear if Liverpool will maintain interest in Guéhi this summer, as other targets like Parma's Giovanni Leoni have been added to the list. It is also not guaranteed that Newcastle will succeed in signing Marc Guéhi after 3 frustrated attempts, and this summer's transfer market has been challenging for the Magpies. According to Ed Aarons from The Guardian, Crystal Palace has not received any official offers yet, and Guéhi prefers Liverpool, although he is happy at Selhurst Park. The team that acts first in negotiations will have the advantage, but Liverpool is prepared to move on if conditions change. Regardless, the club needs to reinforce the defense this summer, whether with Guéhi or another defender. Liverpool forward Harvey Elliot is currently in advanced negotiations with German club RB Leipzig for a potential transfer during the summer window. According to renowned German journalist Florian Plettenberg, talks between the parties are progressing rapidly, and the transfer seems increasingly likely to be finalized. The 22-year-old Elliot faces a common challenge for young talents at big clubs: a lack of regular playing opportunities. Despite being a valuable player for Liverpool in recent seasons, thanks to his versatility across various attacking positions, he needs consistent minutes on the pitch to continue his development. Moving to RB Leipzig, known for its excellent youth development structure, could provide the ideal environment for Elliot to gain experience and accelerate his growth as a player. RB Leipzig, which is about to sell Xavi Simons to Chelsea, sees Elliot as the perfect replacement for the attacking midfielder. The Bundesliga offers a competitive setting and ample opportunity for the Englishmen to play regularly, something Liverpool, the current Premier League champions, can hardly guarantee right now due to the squad's high level of competition. For Elliot, this transfer represents a great chance to grow, and if he manages to maintain good playing time in German football, it could open doors for future moves to even bigger European clubs. Staying on the bench at a club of Liverpool's caliber would not benefit his career, justifying his search for a new challenge. Elliot's departure is expected to generate significant financial return for Liverpool, who plans to use the funds to strengthen the squad, especially in attack, where they have been very active this window. The club aims to bolster the team to defend the Premier League title and succeed in the Champions League.
A possible buyback clause in Elliot's contract could allow Liverpool to bring him back in the future if he develops as expected. Now, it remains to be seen how the negotiations will unfold and what impact this move will have for the player and the clubs involved.
An important reporter has released a very encouraging update about Liverpool's chances of signing Newcastle striker Alexander Isak. Liverpool has identified Isak as their main target for the attacking position and intends to persist in signing the Newcastle star, even after already acquiring Hugo Ekitike. The Reds have already had an offer exceeding £110 million, including add-ons, rejected by Newcastle. Contrary to some reports, Liverpool has not given up on the deal. In fact, the club is waiting for the right moment, hoping Newcastle will be willing to negotiate before submitting a new bid. Newcastle values Isak at around £150 million, while Liverpool believes a deal can be made for about £130 million, according to Team Talk. Currently, the highest British transfer fee stands at £116 million for Florian Wirtz. Isak has already verbally agreed on personal terms with coach Arne Slot, but Newcastle will not release the player until they find an adequate replacement. Benjamin Sesko was close, but is now heading to Manchester United. Fortunately for Liverpool, Newcastle is not without options. Team Talk revealed a list of 5 forwards being considered by the club, with Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson actively among the candidates. A recent update from reporter Ben Jacobs further raised the Reds' hopes. Jacobs confirmed that Isak's situation remains unchanged despite the failed attempt to sign Sesko, indicating that Newcastle would release Isak if they find a replacement. He emphasized that the club sees only 2 options for Isak: sell or renew, with no middle ground. So far, Isak has shown no interest in renewing, and Liverpool is ready to make another attempt if given the opportunity. Newcastle will not be able to keep Isak after the summer transfer window if he does not renew, making his sale to Liverpool likely, provided a replacement is found. Internal sources indicate that Isak feels undervalued, especially due to a weak transfer window that failed to bring in high-level reinforcements, increasing his dissatisfaction. Coach Eddie Howe tried to sign a new striker but was unsuccessful, leaving the team dependent on Isak. The player demanded a weekly salary of €300,000 to renew, but the club is unwilling to change its wage policy. Furthermore, the relationship between Isak and Howe is strained, with the striker feeling hurt by the lack of recognition, damaging the trust between them. Thank you very much for watching until here. See you next time.